Okay, picture this for a moment, if you will. What actually happens when a really iconic tech visionary, the kind usually focused on rockets, electric cars, what happens when he swaps all that high-tech gear for like a grease-stained apron and goes completely undercover as a grill master in a struggling industrial town?
Yeah, it sounds like a pitch for a movie, doesn't it? A bit surreal.
Exactly. So in this deep dive, we're going to unpack this really surprising story. It's about Elon Musk heading into the heart of the American Rust Belt. And we'll explore how this, well, seemingly simple community cookout, plus a very specific secret sauce, and some definitely unexpected tech, how it all kind of sparked this viral thing, but also, maybe more importantly, a real sense of revival in a place that, frankly, needed it.
It's a fascinating blend, isn't it? That high-flying ambition meeting really grounded grassroots community stuff.
Totally. Our insights today are pulled from these excerpts called Elon's Undercover Grill, Rust Belt Revival. We've gone through them pretty carefully, and we want to share what makes the story, well, sizzle, and maybe why it matters to you.
You know, the thing that immediately jumps out at me is just how unexpected it all is.
Yeah.
When you think Elon Musk, you picture, I don't know, gigafactories, right?
Yeah.
Robots, rocket launches.
Yeah, huge spectacle.
Or maybe high-stakes meetings about billions of dollars.
Yeah.
The idea of him undercover,
Yeah.
but as a grill master.
Yeah.
In a small town facing hard times. It's almost, cinematic is the right word. That contrast, it adds this very human layer to a figure who often seems larger than life.
It's totally that contrast that pulls you in, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's set the scene a bit more for you. The sources paint this picture of a classic Rust Belt town. You know the type, historically industrial steel manufacturing.
Right. Places hit hard by economic shifts, factory closures over the years.
Exactly. You can almost feel that sense of like hardship, generations seeing jobs disappear, people moving away. Hope can feel, well, thin. But, and this is crucial, these places often have this incredible resilience, this deep community spirit underneath it all.
People looking for connection.
Right.
Reasons to come together.
Precisely. And into that setting steps Elon Musk. But crucially, not as the billionaire CEO everyone recognizes. The sources are clear. He's undercover. A humble grill master at a community cookout.
Just think about that for a second. The public image, the headlines, gone. Instead, it's just someone tending a grill, flipping burgers, part of a local event. It's a really striking setup. Makes you wonder what was going on.
Yeah, what's the dynamic there?
And it makes you think about, perception versus reality and how anonymity can sometimes foster real connection. He wasn't the celebrity billionaire there, which would, create a wall.
Sure.
He was just a participant helping out on the same level.
Murphy.
And the tools he used, also fascinating. The sources mention him bonding with laid-off steelworkers over Tesla-powered smokers.
Tesla-powered smokers? Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, that detail jumped out at me too. I bet it jumps out at you listening as well. You have this very traditional image, right? Community barbecue, charcoal, wood smoke,
The smell of hickory. Yeah.
and then bam, cutting-edge EV tech right in the middle of it. I mean, did they have like a ludicrous speed setting for searing?
Probably not, but you get the idea.
It's such a clever, almost playful mix of his world and this completely different one. It says something about him even in disguise.
It does, bringing a piece of his work right into this local event.
You can just imagine the conversations those smokers must have started. The curiosity, the questions. Folks who probably hadn't seen anything quite like that at their local cookout before.
Definitely a conversation starter.
And it was through these interactions, over the heat from those electric smokers, that he was doing more than just cooking. He was actually connecting. Our sources say he was sharing stories of his Mars dreams while flipping burgers.
Now that's a key detail.
Right. He wasn't just making small talk. He was bringing his biggest, most out there visions
Yeah, Mars colonization.
directly to these laid-off steelworkers.
Yeah.
Think about that contrast again. The immediate real struggle of job losses versus this incredibly distant aspirational dream of Mars.
It's almost surreal, but apparently it worked.
It seems so.
And that, I think, is what's truly remarkable here. His ability to bridge these huge gaps from, the tough reality of a Rust Belt town to dreaming about space, from high-tech manufacturing to just a local barbecue. He found common ground. Not maybe in shared experience, but in that shared human thing of dreaming, of resilience.
Yeah, it wasn't a lecture about SpaceX or Tesla.
No, exactly. He was sharing his vision, casually, over food, eye to eye. It really makes you ask, doesn't it?
Yeah.
What can we learn about connecting when we step outside our usual bubbles and just engage authentically?
Mm-hmm.
It suggests that even these really big, ambitious ideas can resonate if they're shared like that. as dreams, not, corporate speak.
Absolutely. It's about making the vision human accessible, even if it's about rockets. And then, just when you think the story can't get any more unique, it takes this other completely unexpected turn, this accidental innovation part. The source introduces Elon's secret sauce recipe.
Great, the sauce.
Now, normally a secret sauce at a barbecue is just, a sauce, maybe some bragging rights
A
involved.
culinary thing.
But this sauce, it had a whole other destiny, way beyond just flavoring ribs.
Indeed, it was apparently delicious, but seemed, pretty ordinary in the context of the barbecue itself. But then the narrative pivots, and this is the real aha moment, I think. The secret sauce recipe. It accidentally launches a viral app.
Accidentally.
Yeah, an app designed specifically for organizing neighborhood feasts. It wasn't like a planned product launch, not some strategic move from space to social media.
Yeah.
It was just an unintended consequence, popped up from a real community gathering in a simple recipe. Serendipity in action.
That's the bit that makes you just stop and go, wait, what? An accidental viral app from barbecue sauce at a community cookout.
Crazy, right?
You can almost picture it. Someone tastes the sauce, loves it, asks for the recipe.
Yeah, then maybe the idea hits. Hey, this sauce is great, and these cookouts are important. We need an easier way to share recipes, coordinate these things.
Right. And that initial spark, maybe combined with someone having a bit of tech know-how nearby, it just blossoms into this digital platform.
And the app's purpose, the sources say, was specifically for organizing and facilitating these neighborhood feasts.
So it wasn't just about the recipe anymore. It became this tool to keep those community gatherings going, make them stronger.
It's a perfect example of tech sort of bubbling up from a real human need. Connection, shared experience.
Yeah, a cooking thing unintentionally leads to this digital community building. Wild.
And if you connect that to the bigger picture, it says something pretty profound about innovation itself. How often do the really big changes, the transformative things, come not from some grand, deliberate strategy?
Not from the 5-year plan.
Exactly.
Right.
But from these unexpected, almost accidental moments, rooted in just everyday human connection.
Yeah.
This story really highlights that power of serendipity. It challenges that whole idea that progress has to be top-down, perfectly engineered, profit first.
Right.
Sometimes the most impactful stuff, the things that genuinely build community or change things, they just emerge from simple, authentic interactions.
Like Post-it notes, the failed glue that became indispensable.
Precisely. That kind of accidental genius. This sauce app situation has that same feel. That organic, unexpected spark.
It really makes you rethink where good ideas come from, doesn't it? Not always the lab or the boardroom. And this accidental app, born from barbecue smoke and community spirit, it had this really powerful ripple effect. Our sources point to a major transformation. It turned community skeptics into Starship supporters.
Starship supporters. Now that's a leap.
It is. For anyone listening, Starship is Musk's huge rocket project aiming for Mars, making humanity multiplanetary.
Super ambitious stuff.
So you have this town dealing with real economic hardship, probably pretty cynical about big promises from outsiders.
Understandably so.
And suddenly they're embracing the vision of space travel, all because of a cookout, a great sauce, and this app that reconnected them. It's almost unbelievable.
But it speaks volumes about the power of tangible local impact, doesn't it? When people experience something positive firsthand, something that brings them together, addresses a need, even just making it easier to plan a potluck.
Yeah, something real.
It builds this foundation of trust, goodwill. And that trust can then kind of stretch to cover bigger, more abstract ideas.
Like colonizing Mars.
Exactly. The Starship project would have felt incredibly remote from their daily lives before. But by connecting with the person behind it, even indirectly, by seeing something positive happen in their community tied to him, however accidentally,
It makes it personal.
it creates a personal stake.
Yeah.
It makes the grand vision feel less like some abstract corporate thing and more like something their community is now somehow a tiny part of.
So, thinking about the takeaways here for you, our listener, what does this all suggest? It seems to say that sometimes the best way to get support for big, ambitious projects,
Whether it's rockets or just a new idea in your own neighborhood.
or even getting buy-in at work,
Yeah.
maybe it isn't always slick presentations or abstract arguments about progress. Maybe it's shared experiences, real human connection. And yeah, sometimes unexpected community building that starts with something as basic as a barbecue.
It's about cutting through the cynicism, maybe. Not just with facts, but with shared humanity, real interaction, that feeling of belonging.
Totally. This whole story shows how that tangible local stuff can build trust and excitement for huge distant goals in ways that pure logic often just can't.
Precisely. It really underscores the value of grassroots efforts,
Yeah.
personal interaction, things that are often underestimated when trying to get support for big initiatives,
Hmm.
especially ones that might seem irrelevant or just another promise from the powers that be.
Yeah.
It's a powerful lesson in empathy, really,
Oh.
the human side of persuasion, and how influence can travel down some very unexpected paths.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, let's
Yeah.
just quickly recap how truly unusual and, well, brilliant this whole narrative is. We saw a simple cookout in a struggling town, a tech leader in disguise, an accidental app
Born from secret sauce.
born from secret sauce,
Yeah.
creating this unique mix of community revival and amazingly support for high-tech space exploration.
It's full of these surprising turn and really human lessons about connection, innovation, beating cynicism.
Yeah, this dive really shows how genuine impact can pop up in the most surprising places. It blurs those lines, doesn't it, between massive tech ambition and really grounded local community building.
It absolutely does.
It definitely makes you wonder, where will the next big innovation or community revival actually start? Is it always in some gleaming, sterile lab?
Or maybe, just maybe,
Oh.
it's at a neighborhood barbecue with some really good sauce.
And just a willingness to connect. Something to chew on, maybe, as you go about your week.